Good morning, everyone. Welcome back to the second lecture of the operating system. We have conducted our first lecture. Some of the topics were covered into that first lecture. So let's have a quick revision on the topics which we had learned in the first lecture. So in first lecture of operating system, we have seen what is operating system. Then we have seen the basic structure of operating system, which was a layered type of architecture, if you remember. Then we have seen the components of operating system, operations of operating system, and views of different types of views of operating system. So moving towards in this lecture, now today we will see what are the different types of operating system. First of all, we will see the different types of operating system. So first type of operating system is the batch processing system. This is one of the oldest operating system जिसमें programs and data are collected together in the form of batch. Like if there are number of programs to be conducted into a particular operating system, so at that time if this program are of same data and want same resources, so this type of programs are collected together and processed at the same time, which is known as batch. For example, the check processing, utility bill printing and failure processing are the types of batch processing system. In this batch processing system जो jobs होते हैं वो generally predefined होते हैं. पहले से हमको पता होता है कि sequence of commands क्या है, sequence of implementation and executions क्या है. Because programs और data जो होता है that are combined together into a single unit, जिसको job बोला जाता है. Whatever the programs and data are required to execute a particular programs, that is combined into a single unit which is called as job. तो ऐसे operating system में जहाँ पे similar needs के साथ जो jobs होते हैं that are combined together by the operator and run on a computer as a group, तो उसको बोला जाता है batch operating system. So the idea behind this system was the use of piece of software which is known as monitor, क्योंकि whenever you are using the batch operating system तो at that time आपका time काफी बचता है, because अगर suppose same task है with same resources and same needs, तो instead of कि हम वो टास्क को अलग अलग चलाए विद द सेम रिसोर्सेज, व्हाट वी कैन डू, हम वो सारे टास्क का ग्रुप बना सकते हैं एंड देन वी कैन रन दैट पर्टिकुलर जॉब्स, ऑल दैट पर्टिकुलर जॉब्स टुगेदर, नोन एज बैच. सो दिस इज अबाउट द बैच ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम. सो बैच प्रोसेसिंग सिस्टम का एक ये एडवांटेज है कि देयर इज नो इंटरप्शन फॉर द यूजर, राइट. जैसे कि इफ सपोज आप चेक प्रोसेसिंग कर रहे हो या आप बिल प्रिंट कर रहे हो, तो यू कैन नॉट स्टॉप और यू कैन नॉट इंटरप्ट दैट प्रोसेस इन बिटवीन. और व्हाट यू कैन डू, जब भी प्रोसेसर इज एट द लेस डिमांड, जब प्रोसेसर का यूटिलाइजेशन इतना ज्यादा नहीं हो रहा है ऑफ दैट कंप्यूटर सिस्टम, एट दैट टाइम ऑफलाइन भी जो जॉब्स है इन द बैच प्रोसेसिंग सिस्टम आप पूरे जो है वो. So our next type of operating system is the multi-programming operating system. Multi-programming operating system एक ऐसा टेक्निक है जो यूज होता है जब नंबर ऑफ प्रोग्राम साइमल्टेनियसली एग्जीक्यूट हो रहे हो on a single processor. Suppose there is an operating system having only a single CPU and there are number of tasks and number of programs running, executing simultaneously onto that single processor. That type of operating system is known as multi-programming. Multi-programming operating system में generally what happens, it increases the CPU utilization by organizing jobs. Such as CPU has always one program to execute. CPU के पास हमेशा एक प्रोग्राम एग्जीक्यूट करने के लिए होता है. So multi-programming operating system क्या करता है, सेवरल जॉब्स, जितने भी जॉब्स होते हैं वो मेमोरी में लोड करता है एट अ टाइम, एंड दिस जॉब्स और द सबसेट ऑफ जॉब्स जो होते हैं वो एक सीक्वेंस में लगाता है एंड वन बाय वन इट एग्जीक्यूट दैट जॉब्स फ्रॉम द मेमोरी. जैसे कि सपोज देर आर 10 नंबर ऑफ जॉब्स इनटू द मेमोरी, सो वन बाय वन वो जॉब्स जो है वो एग्जीक्यूट करेगा. सो इट माइट बी द केस दैट 1 2 3 दिस 3 जॉब्स विल बी एग्जीक्यूटिंग साइमल्टेनियसली बाय द प्रोसेसर. नाउ एट दिस टाइम सीपीयू को एक ऐसा डिसीजन लेना पड़ेगा कि ये जो 3 प्रोसेसेस एक साथ या 3 प्रोग्राम्स एक साथ यहाँ पे साइमल्टेनियसली एग्जीक्यूट हो रहे हो, तो किस प्रोसेस को सीपीयू का कितना टाइम चाहिए। यहाँ पे रिसोर्स मैनेजमेंट और रिसोर्स एलोकेशन का कॉन्सेप्ट आता है मल्टी प्रोग्रामिंग में। सपोज देयर आर नंबर ऑफ प्रोसेसेस साइमल्टेनियसली एग्जीक्यूटिंग ऑन अ particular operating system, so at that time CPU has to take the decision that which program or which job or which task is in the need of CPU's timing. So eventually जो job होते हैं that has to wait for some of the task while getting executed, and when that particular task has been completed they can begin their execution. In multi-programming system जो operating systems होता है that supplies from one job to अनादर जॉब, वो एक जॉब से दूसरा जॉब पे स्विच करता है। सो ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम में जितने भी जॉब्स एग्जीक्यूट हो रहे हो दे नेवर फील दैट वी आर आइडल, बिकॉज सीपीयू एलोकेट द प्रॉपर टाइमिंग टू देम, एंड वेन एवर द सीपीयू इज switching from one job to another, at that particular time they won't feel that particular process or that particular job or task won't feel that they have been sitting idle. So the important benefit or advantage of the multi-programming operating system is that simultaneously number of programs or tasks can be run onto this particular operating system, and it also increases the CPU utilization. In this manner CPU is never सेट आइडल, सीपीयू कभी खाली नहीं होता है, हमेशा सीपीयू के पास कोई ना कोई जॉब होता है टू एग्जीक्यूट और टू रन ऑन टू अ पर्टिकुलर। सो इफ वी सी द डायग्रामेटिक रिप्रेजेंटेशन ऑफ एन मल्टी प्रोग्रामिंग ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम, अगर मल्टी प्रोग्रामिंग ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम को हमको डायग्राम के फॉर्म में देखना है तो एज यू कैन सी हियर देयर इज अ मेन मेमोरी operating system का, then there is a secondary disk storage, and there are 3 jobs, job A, job B and job C. ये 3 jobs जो है this has to be executed on a particular operating system which is a multi-programming operating system. So main memory जो operating system का main memory है उसमें 3 jobs loaded है. First job is job A, second job is job B and third job is job C. So according to the sequence, अगर A, B, C is the sequence of this job, so job A will be first executed. Operating system will load that particular job from the main memory and will execute it. तो CPU का utilization जो है वो सबसे पहले job A करेगा. So as you can see here, job A is writing an output data to the secondary storage. Then after that, according to the sequence, after the complete execution or execution of job A, job B जो है that will be get executed into the operating system. So as you can see here, the job B is in the execution is in the process. So the CPU has been used or the CPU is allocated to job B. So जब तक job B अपना पूरा execution complete नहीं करता तब तक CPU जो है that cannot switch from job B to job C. There is another concept which is known as preemption or non-preemption, which we are going to learn later in operating system. It might be the case कि because of some reason, because of some internal reasons, job B जो है इसको execute होते होते अगर halt करना पड़े या बीच में stop होना पड़े या terminate होना पड़े, तो at that time CPU जो है instead of sitting idle, it will switch its timing, its resources itself from job B to job C. अगर सपोज बिकॉज ऑफ सम रीजन जॉब बी एग्जीक्यूट होते होते रुक जाता है, सो व्हाट विल सीपीयू डू? सीपीयू विल switch the utilization from job B to job C, and if suppose job B जो है वो smoothly चल रहा है तो job B will complete its execution. जब तक job B का execution चल रहा हो, job C will wait for the CPU. So here as you can see that job A is writing its output to the secondary storage, job B का जो execution है is in process and job C is waiting for the CPU timing. So this is the diagrammatic representation of multi-programming operating system. So the next type of operating system that we have come across is the time-shared operating system. A time-shared operating system allow multiple users to share computers simultaneously. Suppose if there are more than 1 or 2 users who wants to use or share the computer, so they can use that particular computer simultaneously. So time shared operating system uses CPU scheduling algorithm and multi-programming. We have seen CPU scheduling algorithm in our last lecture, and we have seen multi-programming just now. So time shared operating system uses these two techniques so that they can provide a small amount of timing or small portion of timing of a shared computer at once. Suppose 2 or 3 users want to use a particular computer, so with the help of time shared operating system, it will be possible for the CPU to allocate itself or allocate the different resources to the different users simultaneously on a particular computer. So this short period of timing which has been allocated or given to the user for the CPU attention, this time slots has been known as time slice. Or as you can see here, there is a diagram of a time shared operating system. There is a CPU, a single CPU, and multiple users. Here we have 6 users, user 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 and 6. तो जैसे कि अभी हमने देखा कि in time shared operating system, user allocates a quantity of time which is known as time slots, quantum or time slice to each and every user so that they can execute on that particular system simultaneously. So for time being in this diagram, as you can see that user 5 is in active state and user 6 is in ready state. So the active and the ready states belongs to the status of the task or job which are executing on that particular operating system. So if suppose in this diagram CPU ने अगर सारे 6 यूजर को एक टाइम स्लॉट और क्वांटम टाइम दिया है, so this means उस particular time slot में that particular user has to complete its task. For example, CPU has given 30 seconds or 1 minute to user 1. So user 1 will complete its task in 30 seconds, and as soon as 30 seconds will finish, the CPU will switch itself from user 1 to user 2. And if user 2 has been given 2 minutes, so after the quantum time of 2 minutes will get finished, the CPU will switch itself from user 2 to user 3. जैसे कि in this diagram you can see that user 5 active state में है, which means that अभी user 5 का क्वांटम टाइम चल रहा है, मीन्स द टाइम स्लॉट जो डेडिकेट किया है वो यूजर 5 का चल रहा है. दिस मीन्स दैट ऑल द रिसोर्सेज ऑफ सीपीयू एंड सीपीयू अटेंशन इज बीन अलोकेटेड टू यूजर 5. तो जैसे ही यूजर 5 का क्वांटम टाइम खत्म हो जाएगा, टाइम स्लॉट खत्म हो जाएगा, वैसे ही CPU will switch itself from user 5 to user 6. So at that particular time, user 6 will be in the active state, and all other users will waiting for their another turn to have the attention for the CPU time slot. So this is time shared operating system where number of users can have execution simultaneously on a particular computer having different types of time slots or quantum. The next operating system is the multiprocessing operating system. In this type of operating system, the multiprocessing uses 2 or more central processing unit within a single computer. First of all, let me tell you the difference between multi-programming and multiprocessing. Generally, multi-programming और multiprocessing में हम लोगों को काफी confusion होता है. So, multi-programming is all about the software, different types of software or different types of program in a single system. Whereas multiprocessing means it refers to the hardware, where on a single computer you can use 2 or more central processing unit. So this term refers to the ability of a particular computer system to support more than one CPU and allocate tasks between both of them. Okay, so next let us see the diagram so that we can have. So here is the diagram of the multiprocessing operating system. As you can see that there is the memory of the computer hardware having two CPUs, CPU 1 and CPU 2. As we have seen that multiprocessing operating system have more than one processor. So here we have two processors. So whenever a particular user wants to execute some task or process onto a particular operating system, which is a multiprocessing operating system, so at this time the operating system has to decide to which processor this particular task should be allocated. So multiprocessing operating system is nothing but the ability of the computer or the ability of the operating system to support both the processor at the same time and to decide the allocation of the different types of tasks between both of them. Multiprocessing operating system can be multiprogramming also, and multiprogramming operating system can be multiprocessing also. There can be a vice versa situation, and a operating system can be multiprocessing and multiprogramming both, or in last case a particular operating system has not to be multiprocessing, at the same time it should not be multiprogramming. Means if चाहो तो मल्टीप्रोग्रामिंग और मल्टीप्रोसेसिंग दोनों हो सकती है, चाहो तो सिर्फ मल्टीप्रोसेसिंग हो सकती है, चाहो तो सिर्फ मल्टीप्रोग्रामिंग हो सकती है, और चाहो तो दोनों भी नहीं हो सकती है. So this is the difference between the multiprogramming and multiprocessing, where multiprogramming refers to the different types of program in a computer, which is the software part, and multiprocessing refers to the use of two or more CPU on a particular computer hardware, which refers to the hardware part. So this was about the multiprocessing operating system. Moving towards the next type of operating system is the distributed operating system. In this operating system, computers are interconnected for the communication with each other using a shared computer network. In this type of operating system, the user have their own independent systems having a memory unit and individual CPU, but they are loosely coupled, known as distributed system. Giving for an example, if there is a lab in a particular college having 20 computers and there is a local area network, all the systems into that particular lab is connected in a LAN connection. So if a particular computer is the server, so all the remaining 19 computers which are interconnected to that one computer, which is the server, will be able to access the files and folders from that computer, which is the server. The major benefit or the major advantage of distributed operating system is that it is possible for each and every user to access the files which are actually not present on his system, but they can access that files and folder from another system connected within that network. So distributed operating system is nothing but interconnection of computers so that they can communicate with each other using a local area network or a shared communication network. So the next operating system that we are going to see is the real-time operating system. This is a system having a time-bound fixed time constraint which have a well-defined deadlines. For real-time operating system should be guaranteed with a specific timing or constraint, and it has to meet the specific deadline. For example, if you are doing some task or executing some job on a particular system, so that particular specific job has to be end within the specific deadline or the constrained deadline given to that particular job. For example, रियल टाइम ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम्स का अगर हम लोग एग्जाम्पल देखें तो फ्लाइट कंट्रोल सिस्टम, एयर ट्रैफिक कंट्रोल सिस्टम, रियल टाइम मॉनिटर्स, ट्रैफिक लाइट, रोबोट्स, दिस आर द एग्जाम्पल्स ऑफ रियल टाइम सिस्टम. So real time system has been categorized into two types. Let us see that. Hard real time system and soft real time system. So hard real time system are the system in which you can never miss the deadline. If you miss the deadline, then it would be dangerous and there would be a disastrous consequences. So for example, if a aeroplane is trying to take off or is trying to land, So this, whenever this two process will be going to execute it has to get executed within the constrained deadline. अगर थोड़ा सा भी कुछ आगे पीछे हो गया तो it might can have a air crash, right? So hard real time operating system में you can never miss the deadlines because the result can be very very disastrous and dangerous. सॉफ्ट रियल टाइम ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम जो होता है इसमें ओकेजनली समटाइम्स वंस इन अ वे यू कैन मिस द डेडलाइंस जो एक्सेप्टेबली लो प्रोबेबिलिटी होती है. जैसे कि सपोज मिसिंग डेडलाइंस, अगर सपोज आप इफ यू मिस द डेडलाइन तो इतना ज्यादा डिजास्टरस इफेक्ट नहीं होगा. जैसे कि सपोज यू आर डूइंग रोबोटिक्स, सो इफ कुछ 1 या 2 सेकेंड का कुछ आगे पीछे अगर हो जाता है तो there might be not any type of dangerous or disastrous effect. So this were the types of the real time operating system. Now let's move towards our next type of operating system. Now our last type of operating system is the mobile operating system. We all know the mobile operating system. Every one of us are using mobiles this day. तो मोबाइल ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम जो होती है दे आर स्पेशली मेड फॉर मोबाइल फोन्स, टैबलेट और स्मार्ट वॉचेस. मोबाइल ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम जो है वो ये डिवाइसेस में यूज होती है. सो इसका जो मेक होता है व्हाट दे डू, दे कंबाइन सम फीचर्स ऑफ पर्सनल कंप्यूटर्स एंड सम हैंडहेल्ड कंप्यूटर्स. जैसे कि हम लोगों ने हमारे लास्ट लेक्चर में देखा था टाइप्स ऑफ इंटरफेसेस, उसमें हमने देखा था कि एम्बेडेड सिस्टम, हैंडहेल्ड सिस्टम, मल्टी यूजर सिस्टम, सिंगल यूजर सिस्टम. तो उसमें से जो हमारा हैंडहेल्ड सिस्टम्स जो होता है उसके कुछ फीचर्स एंड पर्सनल कंप्यूटर के फीचर्स कंबाइन करके मोबाइल ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम्स बनाया जाता है सो दैट दे कैन एम्बेड दिस मोबाइल ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम इन आवर मोबाइल फोन्स, in our tablets and in our smart watches. So there are different types of mobile operating system. Let's move to the first mobile operating system is a very very common operating system which is an Android operating system. All of us are using Android mobiles, so we all must be knowing that what is a Android operating system. It is the mobile operating system which was developed by Google बेस्ड ऑन द मॉडिफाइड वर्जन ऑफ लिनक्स कर्नल. लिनक्स कर्नल जो था उसका एक मॉडिफाइड वर्जन है एंड्रॉइड मोबाइल ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम. दिस ऑपरेटिंग सिस्टम इज स्पेसिफिकली डेवलप्ड बाय मोबाइल डिवाइसेस. मोबाइल डिवाइसेस के लिए ही स्पेशली ये एंड्रॉइड सिस्टम बनाई गई है. दिस इज एन ओपन सोर्स एंड इट इज वेरी वेरी कॉस्ट इफेक्टिव. एज यू कैन सी दैट एंड्रॉइड मोबाइल्स जो होते हैं वो काफी रीजनेबल रेट्स में अवेलेबल होते हैं एंड इट इज ओपन सोर्स ऑल्सो. Then the next type of mobile operating system is the iOS. As you all know that iPhone operating system which was created and developed by Apple. We all know that Apple के जो phones होते हैं या iOS जो operating systems होती है they are very very costly. But they support multitasking and they support multi-touch gestures जो हम लोगों को Android में नहीं मिलता है. At the same time they provide a good security from external threats to that particular operating system. And the very first thing is that Apple or iOS mobile operating system are not an open source operating system. So the big difference between the Android and the iOS is that Android is the open source operating system while iOS is not an open source operating system. So guys, this was all about the different types of operating system. I hope you all got all the points from today's lecture. So if you have any type of difficulty, let me know in our question and answers session. So stay tuned. Thank you.